Hello, you're very welcome to Destination Newry's News Bite here on a Friday evening. I have to welcome the lads coming in. But before I do that, I just want to say a very special hello to Aoife, to Shane and to Ryan down there in Sydney. They're watching us, I believe, as we speak. So it's great to be able to speak to our young people that's away from home down in Australia. So hello to those three. Hopefully you enjoy Destination Newry's News Bite and our community activists. Mickey and Paddy, great to have you on board here this evening.
Well, Damien.
And I was going to start by asking Mickey a question about, before we get into the whole thing, if you look across the loch, Mickey, you can see green ore. Did you know that Radio Caroline was fitted there in 1966, I think, and went out to the North Sea, set up outside the North Sea, and put out music for years and years and years, and it all started over there in green ore. Did you know that, Mickey?
I didn't, Damien, but I wouldn't go back as far as yourself.
Well, there you go. It's a little bit of history. Hey, now
Yeah.
it's the boat and all was fitted out in green ore. We caught out Jarlath Digney or Jarlath Digney the other day about it, and Jarlath he got a quick answer and he came back on again and he told me where it come from and who done it and all that. And it's a good story. It's a great story, Mickey. It's a local story,
Yeah,
and you know,
absolutely.
it's probably something that we don't push. We don't push our own communities enough. But with the community associations, this gives you guys an absolute brilliant opportunity to tell everybody what's happening in your area, and we look forward to hearing that. So I'm not sure who's going first, but Mickey, saying you're beside me here, I think we'll go to you first, and Paddy will keep you to last. So, yeah. Mickey, what's happening down in the Point?
Well, first of all, Damien, we'll touch on Warrenpoint Town FC, who only last week they're appointed Barry Gray for another 2 years term. I think that'll be most welcome by everyone who follows the club. And Barry has come in at the middle of the season as such. Things weren't going too good. He steadied the ship, and at one stage it looked like we were rooted to the bottom of the table, and that's where we were going to remain. But he got us up off the bottom of the table, mammoth task that he had, got us into a reasonable position. Obviously things have stopped since that. The league has come to a halt. We don't know where it's going, but the club have acted very quickly in giving Barry a 2-year contract along with the rest of his backroom team. So that's most welcome from those who follow the sport and those who follow the team in Warrenpoint. Barry obviously had a few years back with the club, probably brought them from the lower leagues to the Premiership, and there's no doubt the success was built on the back of himself and others around the club. So that's most welcome. Also from the club perspective, I see on their Facebook page today they were wishing John Boyle a happy birthday, and just myself, I'd like to extend that happy birthday as well to John. John has been about the club for many years, and as you see from the Facebook page, the club thank him for his service that he has given and continues to give. So happy birthday, John. Then we move on to Warrenpoint GAA Club, and again we mentioned it last week, and again this week it's gone up another £100. We're now at £13,100 for the club lottery. This is only its second week back after it was stopped during the lockdown. As I say, that's a huge amount of money for anyone to win. The lottery tickets are available from Linda's shop, from the Vivo on the Burn Road, and also with Club Funder online. If people, obviously it's St. Peter's GAA Club Warrenpoint, but that doesn't stop anybody from going online and buying a ticket. I'm sure that amount of money would be great for anyone to have. Then I move on, Damien, to what is a new venture for the town, and it's Warrenpoint Indoor Market. And this is a venture that is being put together in the town, and we're looking at a start date of Saturday the 11th and Sunday the 12th of July. It's the premises faces into the dock down beside Shenanigans, and they had put interest out there for stall holders, etc. And they've had an unbelievable feedback. And I think what has happened is they actually sold out the first floor that they had, and they've now acquired additional space on the upper floor, and they're now offering the opportunity for people who would wish to become involved in that there. If you go onto their Facebook page which they've set up, which is basically just called Warrenpoint Indoor Market, you'll get the details on it of how you can apply to have a stall in it. It is a first come, first served basis, and they have a policy in place, and you must meet those policies. So that's most welcome. It's good to see somebody in the times we're in that they're being proactive and going out there and trying to start something new in the town. And I'm sure by the sounds of it, it's going to be a huge success. It's most definitely the vendors have taken all the spaces available and they've had to add extra. So I have no doubt people will make their way down to it, and hopefully it gets the support it deserves, and it can be a great success for the town. And as I say, we welcome any sort of initiatives like that in the town. Obviously this year a lot of things have been called off, and anything that draws people down to the town centre, which provides for our businesses, and that there has to be most welcome. And really, Damien, that's really all for this week on the community front.
Well, Mickey, the indoor market, it's a great idea, and just looking at the Facebook poster, it seems to have captured the imagination of the people in Warrenpoint. So I think it'll be a total success, and look forward to hearing more about it. And I have to say, the Warrenpoint St. Peter's Lotto, 13,000, goes up £100 a week, and you can take that up online. Great idea, great club, and of course, Warrenpoint Soccer Club going well as well. So things are starting to buzz down around the point, Mickey. Things are looking good.
Yeah, and as I say, just in the last few weeks, I think from a GAA perspective, obviously it seems like we have a window now for the opening of the leagues again and that there, and the clubs will be starting to train now very shortly, and I think everybody will welcome that. It looks like there'll be a heavy schedule ahead. It looks like most clubs will be playing 3 games possibly a week, but I think people are that dying to watch a live match. I think they'll be happy enough with the 3 games a week. It'll be hard on the players, obviously, after coming back off a term of doing very little, so no doubt trying to keep themselves in shape at home and that there, but people are looking forward to it. With the soccer, we're obviously unaware of as to what way it's going to progress. There's been proposals put out there, but nothing definite as of yet. So again, looking forward to the start of the season.
Look, there's no doubt, and I suppose from a Gaelic point of view, all the clubs are getting ready right across the whole area, and it is there's a lot of work, Mickey, involved in it, and it's good to see the clubs just trying to get sorted out and trying to just get ready. But my advice to clubs would be, don't jump the gun. Follow the rules, follow the procedures to set down, and we'll all get there. Again, I'm a wee bit disappointed about the heavy schedule for the club games. And then, of course, it was a chance for the GAA to have an open draw like 1984, Mickey, where, you could have had Armagh playing Kerry, you could have had Down playing Dublin in the first round of the championship instead of come back into the provincials. And I think it's something that the GAA, they missed this one, and that's my opinion on it. But listen, Mickey, great talking to you. We'll do this again next Friday evening, and thanks a million. And
thank you, Damien.
We're going to go from Warrenpoint up to Newry, and we're going to see his party there. So Padraig's there. And he has lots to tell us about Threeways. There's lots of birthdays, and of course, there's always loads of things happening there. So, Paddy, take it away.
Dead on, Damien. Thank you. Well, first of all, we'll start with, as you said, the birthdays there. We have a few that have come in this week. So, first of all, we have Joan Taylor. Joan's a long-term resident here up in the area. And Joan recently turned 80 years of age. And I believe she had a convoy of cars coming along wishing her happy birthday, and I would believe she enjoyed every single bit of it. So a very happy birthday, Joan, on behalf of everybody on Threeways Community Association, and we hope that just in these surreal times that you had a great day. We also have birthday wishes there for Karen Rooney, Christopher Morley, Mickey White, and Rebecca Campbell. So folks, again, Threeways Community Association just passes on best wishes to you all, and hope you all have a great day. Next up then, Damien, the committee have selected our community champion for the week, and this has been given unanimously to local resident Gary McDonald. Gary is one of the co-creators and co-founders of the People in Need, and he travels like a Dale Heaney, who was Ballinacrigs there a few weeks ago, to Dublin every week to feed our homeless, and also does a lot of unnoticed work with homeless or people generally in need within the Newry and further afield on a daily basis. So we just wanted to show our appreciation for Gary and just to really say thank you for everything that he has done. It's great to see people be active citizens across all channels coming from our community, and we're delighted that so many people within our community are playing these key roles and helping those who need it most. So well done, Gary. Thank you for everything that you've done. Moving on then, Damien, we have received and we've been liaising with the council and in guidance with the NA executive. We're pleased to announce that the Roadwalk synthetic pitch will be reopening. Due to COVID-19, we had to postpone everything, so all bookings were cancelled and no activities were allowed to happen. We're now in a place where we can start to take bookings, and that has come into effect now. So we're reaching out there to any teams who may want to, or any clubs in particular who would like to hire the hall or hire the pitch, sorry, just to get in touch with us. It's starting from Monday, the 26th of June. Obviously, there may be some teething problems just as we phase it out. We usually would hire 2 ends of the pitch, just in line with what the NA executive has says. It'll only be one half of the pitch that will be given out for that hour, and we do have to go with saying that it's a maximum of 10 people only. 5-a-side football will not be permitted as of yet, but training can take place. And we will expect any group who is hiring it to adhere to these guidelines, and a committee member will be in attendance at all times just to make sure that there's being adhered to. So there'll be the usual. There's signage has been ordered, and that will be in place from the middle of next week. There will be sanitising stations. There'll be certain gates to go in, certain gates to go out, and we do ask that if anybody's booking it, just to be mindful of this and just follow the guidelines. We'll also be asking each of the groups, just if it's a block booking or if it's a one-off, that a waiver form is completed. And this is to basically protect each individual and protect their club and to protect our association. Because as committee members, it's our duty to protect the facilities. So the contact details are there. If you would like to book it, you can contact us by ringing 077 6866 9291 or by emailing info@threewaysca.co.uk, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. It is advisable just to book as soon as you can, because we've already seen people of interest contacting us and looking to book the facility, so we want to try and accommodate for as much people as possible. Just in line with that, we had one of our committee meetings, a socially distanced one. This is the new norm for us all, on Tuesday evening, and the committee were just setting out in place just different activities that we can run ourselves through the association on the Roadwalk synthetic pitch for members of our community. And we're delighted that we've been working along with the Neighbourhood Renewal Partnership, the Health Subgroup, and with the Clanray Group, and we're organising different facilitators to come in over the coming weeks to provide things like kettlebells, circuits, Zumba, all while adhering to that social distancing and in retrospect with what the NI executive have told us that we're allowed to do. So we just ask that people just keep an eye on our social media pages and get involved. These activities are for you. We will try and make it as easy as possible for people. What we do ask again is that there will be waiver forms that people will be requested just to complete these, and if anybody is feeling unwell, do not be coming to this facility, and only really sign up if you're sure you're going to avail of these activities, because again, we're limited to numbers and we want to reach as many as possible. Our committee will be sending out a community newsletter over the next week or so, and again that will be just with all this information of the activities that we will be providing and how people can get involved and the booking for them, etc. The committee have also been planning different funding applications, and we have a few going into Newry and Warrenpoint District Council at the minute for financial assistance to help with COVID and coming out of it, as well as activities for the community long term in regards to Halloween and Christmas and things like that, with the plan B if we can't do activities in the centre. So we will keep people up to date with the outcome of that over the coming weeks when we do hear word back. We also applied for a Live Here, Love Here grant, and that's really to set up a different number of initiatives. We're quite hopeful So we do ask just that everybody sends us good luck wishes that maybe come the end of June we will hear word, hopefully of a positive outcome. That means that we can then provide the likes of a main shed that we're hoping to set up. It's been an aspiration of Threeways to do it for a number of years now, and hopefully we're now in the position that going forward we can do that. Following on then, just a few other wee notices that we would have is our bingo is still running on a Wednesday evening. We go again now on Wednesday the 24th. It's at 8 p.m. and we have put a charge of £2 on it, and thankfully it hasn't deterred anybody away from playing. We're getting between 30 and 40 people every week, which is absolutely fantastic. The crack is good. It's fairly straightforward. To enter, all you have to do is put your £2 donation, and it's in through paypal.me/threeways, THREECA, and then we send the link out to yourselves. It's actually it's a bit of crack. We now have one of the residents who's going to come along and be the bingo caller, so we're going to try and mix it up over the weeks and get residents involved that way, more so as well in delivering this initiative, which is pretty exciting and pretty good. Means I don't have to do it, thankfully. We are thankful enough, and we commend the council. The council have now the COVID. We're starting to come out of COVID. They've replaced the waste litter bins within the area. I understand a number of different councillors have been involved in that, and the council did tell us before this whole COVID probably kicked in that they would be reinstalled into the area. So we do ask just that people don't basically don't take away from them, and make sure they're used right. If anybody does come across them and they're quite full, just get in touch with the committee, and we will be in contact with the council through our contacts, just to have these emptied and new bin lighters and stuff reinstalled, just to keep the area, the upkeep of it, quite good. One thing is the Old St Clair's Convent. We have been asked by a few residents, and the association are quite aware of this, and we have been linking in to try and do it. It has come to our attention that there has been a number of people entering the Old St Clair's Convent, and we really just want to reach out and just to say that if anybody is, please refrain from it. It's not a site that should be accessed. It's not permitted. It's a danger, and the residents have said that if people are going into it, then it will be reported to the PSNI for their own safety. So please do refrain from that. One other thing, the last three things we have is the local hairdressers in the area. Angeline's Mirror Image is reopening. I'm sure she's delighted to hear, in line with the new Stormont guidelines, that she will be reopening on Monday the 6th of July. Her book is open for anybody in the area who has been going to Angeline or would like to sign up to become one of her clients. All Angeline asks is you give her a buzz on 028 302 4414, and she'll try her best to fit you in. We have been advised, just if we can put it out there, that the A28, so that's after the roundabout at the Brass Monkey out onto the Belfast Road, will be closed from the 29th of June until the 30th of August, with diversions in place, and with basically, the people should be expecting delays that they're going to be happening in between that time. So if you can avoid that area at any time, please do so. And lastly, we have the fundraisers. Our youth project have adopted their fundraiser. It came to their attention that not everybody has an Apple Watch. So what they have done is they have included a Fitbit Versa 2, which means that the winner will get the choice between a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. So we're very, very excited about that. Since we've done that, the entries have been filling out. We have a limited number, and all we ask that is, if you do want to enter, it's £5. All proceeds are going towards youth engagement programs to provide personal social development activities for young people based on their needs that have been identified by them. To enter, all you have to do is donate your £5 through paypal.me/threewaysca. Or you can go onto our Facebook page and go to where that image there is on your screen now and donate through Facebook that way, and we'll do the rest. The next one is that we just want to give a wee shout out to the one that is being organised by the Road Safety Committee of Newry Morning Down. The guys are hosting one with a number of tickets up for grabs, and there's a lot of raffle prizes. And again, that's to help the guys raise money to deliver the services that they do within the local area. So a very, very worthwhile charity, and very good prizes. And we just ask that if anybody can enter that as well, just show your support, and be on a chance of winning one of those fantastic prizes. And last but not least, thankfully, is that we through the Neighbourhood Renewal Partnership, in the Southern Regional College are offering free training. Now at the minute they're only taking names for different courses, and there's a number of courses coming up which include door supervision, Cat C training, and forklift training. And if you would like it's open to anybody within our area. We are a neighbourhood renewal area. It is free training, and if anybody would like to get a new skill set in that, all they have to do is contact a committee member, and you can pass your details on to us, and we'll pass them on to the Southern Regional College, who will then be in touch with you just regarding any further information on how to go about it then. Lastly, just if anybody does want to get in touch with the Community Association for anything, we are here. We're working away doing what we do best. We have a number of communication channels that the residents can contact us on, and that is through our Facebook page for a start for anybody who's on Facebook. We're also on Instagram, we're on Twitter, through our website, which is www.threewaysca.co.uk, or they can simply email us on info@threewaysca.co.uk, or alternatively they can ring the designated contact of a number for the association, which is 077 6866 9291. So that's us, Damien. That's another week in a nutshell of what's going on up in Threeways Community Association. I'm sure, no doubt, we'll be battering away again next week, doing what we do best up here.
Listen, I have no doubt about it. Yes, I've absolutely loads of things going on up there. I love the idea of the bingo, and of course, with people buying into it, it gives you a few pounds as well. And so you're losing the call, so you're not going to be going the devil's at the door anymore. You know, party's gone. So listen, well done. And of course, I have to commend you for getting involved with the Southern Regional College. To us, it's called the TAC. I always have fond memories of it, of the TAC. I think it's a great opportunity for people to avail of the brilliant education that you'll be getting there, and it's great that you're tying in with them. I think it's a great idea. Plus the fact it's free as well, so you know that's another great thing as well. So well done.
And the bigger thing, Damien, is that it's created massive employment across the whole of the neighbourhood renewal areas. So that's the main positive out of it.
Yeah, it's great. You know, I think it's fabulous, and I think what you're doing in Threeways is great. There's the little video there showing all the young people and the pizzas and everything. I think you're doing great work up there, and I look forward to hearing more from next week. I know the ones in Australia, they've only after sending me a message. They're listening in and they want to know who you are. So there you go. You can say hello to all the ones down in Sydney there, Paddy. So you're on the Threeways and they're in
He's away.
For this evening. I think we're going to go and have a little bit of news, a bit of a news update. But we just finished watching this video of all the young people. It's brilliant, I have to say. I remember we were once young as well, so people shouldn't forget that. Oh, look at the walking on the stilts, brilliant. You know, good stuff. I think it's good stuff. And then, of course, the older people having a little bit of dinner as well. So, listen, great roundup, and thanks for the very positive updates in Threeways. A little part of the town going really, really well and in capable, good hands. So, well done, and thanks a million.
Cheers, Damien.
Yep, so there we go. Well, thanks a million to Padraig and to Mickey there for what's happening down in Warrenpoint and up in Threeways. And what I'll do now is I'll give you a little quick rundown on the news before we go. The coronavirus update. Well, there's one more person died in Northern Ireland, and that's 544 people have died. The Republic death toll is 1714. The total deaths in the island of Ireland is 2,258, and the confirmed cases in the Republic of Ireland is 25,355, and of course confirmed cases in Northern Ireland is 4,863, and in the UK 1,475 people have died in the last 24 hours. 173 people have died in the last 24 hours. 42,461 people have died in the UK to date, and in Wales 4 more people died last night, and that brings that total to 1,475. In Scotland, the death toll is 2,470, and that's again the death toll coming up from the NRS of Scotland is sitting at 4,070, but that includes all deaths in relation to COVID-19 on the death certificate. There are 293 cases here in Newry, Morning Down, with the death total of 45, and in Banbridge, Craigavon and Armagh City, confirmed cases of 541, and the death toll there is 81, believe it or not. So that's the little one there. And as Padraig says there, hairdressers and barbers can open on the 6th of July. And again, little talk about the schools. Northern Ireland pupils to be taught in protective bubbles. However, I don't know how you can do that. Many pupils are set to be taught in small group pods or bubbles when schools reopen in Northern Ireland. Children will remain in the same small classes every day they're in school to reduce mixing with others. It is one measure proposed by the Department of Education Working Group. Education Minister Peter Weir wants pupils in Primary 7 about to sit GCSEs and A-levels to return to school on the 17th of August. However, he has said some principles that school holidays could be altered later than 2020-21 academic year to ensure contractual agreements with teachers are not broken. Obviously, there's a little bit of a problem there. And under a previous agreement between the department and unions, teachers are required to be available to work for 195 days a year, plus the fact that the social distance in schools now has gone down to 1 metre, not 2 metres as normal. And of course, here a former US ambassador to Ireland, Jean Kennedy Smith, has died. And Miss Kennedy Smith was aged 92 and was an American diplomat and author who served as ambassador to Ireland from 93 to 98. And she was a member of the Kennedy family and was one of the last surviving and longest lived children. Her siblings included President John F. Kennedy Sr., Robert F. Kennedy, and Senator Ted Kennedy. Ms. Kennedy Smith was also involved in the Northern Ireland peace process. She was born on the 20th of February 1928 in Boston, Massachusetts, and Miss Kennedy Smith was the 8th of 9 children born to Joseph P. Kennedy and Rose F. Fitzgerald. And the family would become the United States' most famous political dynasty and an endless source of fascination to the American public. And that's very sad. Louth couple, breast cancer fundraising nears 1 million. Louth couple, Niall Carl and Ciara McAdams, 100-kilometre run in 30 days challenge for breast cancer is nearing the €1 million mark. Mr. Carl organised the fundraiser in support of his wife, Miss McAdam, following her breast cancer diagnosis last year. Now, 18 days in, they've raised over €900,000, and Mr. Carl says the amount tends to increase by about €25,000 a day. More than 14,500 people have registered to take part in this challenge from 34 countries around the world. And that's great news indeed. And then I did speak to Mickey about this earlier on. The GA missed a trick by keeping provincial format for All-Ireland Football Championships for 2020. The All-Ireland Football Championship is set for a blast from the past this year. The coronavirus pandemic has forced the GA to delay its start, with the current plan believed to be beginning the championship on the weekend of the 31st of October after the final 2 rounds of the Allianz Football League, with the All-Ireland final on the 13th of December. The format will be familiar to those that was familiar with the last century, where Gaelic football, a provincial knockout championship from the start, and 4 winners progress into the All-Ireland semi-finals. No backdoor, no Super 8s, the way it should be, I think. And former Westmeath star Daisy Dolan thinks the GM missed the trick with that one, so I would probably agree with him. And it's going to be an interesting championship. It's coming very fast, and we're looking forward to, I suppose, getting back to a little bit of normality. We thank everybody for tuning in to Destination Newry this week. I have to say, my talk last night with Una Walsh about South Armagh and Craigin has created an unbelievable, I suppose, atmosphere. I've been talking to people. People have been sending me messages about it. People don't even know that the place exists. So keep your eye and keep watching, because we have another great story coming up about the history of South Armagh coming in the next week or two. So thanks to everybody for coming on board this week. Thanks to Aoife and Shane and Ryan down there in Australia for watching in. They were looking to know, could they not go back to see the start of it? I says, no, it's live. So thanks to Cahill again, has to put up with us all, and we'll do this all again on Monday. So again, thanks to everybody for listening to your best local news station in the area, Destination Newry.